The German invasion of Poland was a military action by Nazi Germany aimed at annexing Polish territory, in fulfillment of their commitment to guarantee the integrity of the borders of Poland. Great Britain and France declared war on Germany on September 30, 1939. The Battle of the Netherlands was part of the battles fought during the Battle of France at the beginning of World War II. It began on May 10, 1940, and ended a week later with the surrender of the Dutch government to Nazi Germany. This how the so-called Operation Dynamo was baptized, during which more than 300,000 French, British, Belgian and Canadian troops escaped the German invasion from the beach near Dunkirk between May 29 and June 4 on 1940. France signed an armistice with Germany that completed the German occupation of the northern half of the country and allowed the establishment of a collaboration regime in the south, whose headquarters was in the city of Vichy. In order to invade Great Britain, the Germans had to attack important British military installations. Knowing that they had no chance of overriding the British Navy, they decided to direct their attacks against the British Air Force, the Royal British Air Force. The purpose of the pact is, first and foremost, to help restore peace to the world as soon as possible. Therefore, any other state that wishes to join this bloc or the same bloc later will, with the intention of contributing of the restoration of the conditions of peace, will be welcomed with sincerity and gratitude and will participate in the economic and political reorganization tripartite pact. The objective of Germany in Italy was to control the Mediterranean, for which it was necessary, to seize Gibraltar, encouraging the entry of Spain into the conflict, and the Suez Canal. Once North Africa was controlled, they could gain easy access to the oil resources of the Middle East, which both powers were in dire need of. This operation opening the next front, which became the theater of one of the largest operations of the war, scene of the largest and most brutal battles of the conflict in Europe. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a surprise military offense carried of the Imperial Japanese Navy against the United States naval base at Pearl Harbor. The Congress of the United States declared war on Japan on December 8, 1941. The United States Congress met in its extraordinary session at the request of the country's president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, officially declared war on the Japanese Empire. Two powerful fleets, the American and the Japanese Imperial, fought in the Pacific in a decisive battle for control of the Midway Atoll, where the Americans had a naval base halfway between Asia and America. It was a battle of the Western Desert Campaign of World War II, where the Axis forces, commanded by Edwin Rommel, and the Allied force commanded by Claude Auchinleck fought. The Battle of Stalingrad was a warlike the conflict between the Red Army of the Soviet Union and the Wehrmacht of Nazi Germany and their Axis allies for control of the Soviet city of Stalingrad. The Army Group Africa, commanded by General von Arnim, and the remaining Axis force in Tunisia had been driven towards their final line of defense. The last pockets of resistance were being overwhelmed by the British and American force. The Allied invasion of Chile began on the night of July 9th of the 10th, 1943 and ended on August 17 with a victory by the Allies. Italy surrendered because it was exhausted after 3 grueling years in which it fought simultaneously on different fronts against the British Empire, against the Soviet Union, and against the United States in the Mediterranean, in North Africa, in East Africa, in the Balkans, and on the Soviet front, and eventually had to defend its own territory in Sicily from the Anglo-American invasion of Patton and Montgomery. It was a meeting that took place between November 28 and December 1, 1943, between the leaders Joseph Stalin, Winston Churchill, and Franklin D. Roosevelt. What formed the side of the Allies. It constitutes the maximum exponent of cooperation of the Allies in World War II. On June 6, 1944, Birkenau asked the day during the course of World War II. The Allied force launched the largest amphibious and airborne invasion in the story of the war in the Operation Condemned Overlord. It consists of the entry of the Allies into the French capital in August on 1944. The battle began with an uprising of the French resistance in the site, which was soon joined by elements of the French 2nd Armored Division. The Battle of the Bulge was a major German offense launched at the end of the Second World War through the defense forests and mountains of the Ardennes region of Belgium and more specific Wallonia. The dust is shown like a mad dog. Their bodies are exposed and desecrated in Milan gas station. The corpses of Mussolini and his lover Clara Petiti exposed and desecrated in the Lorette Square in Milan after being shot by communist partisans in Guillaume de Misegra. For political reasons, the Soviet Union presents various versions of the final fate of Hitler's body. They argued in the years immediately following the war that he was not dead, but had fled and was being protected by the four Western Allies from World War II. Berlin surrendered to the Soviet force on May 2, 1945. The German armed force surrendered unconditionally in the West on May 7 and in the East on May 9, 1945. They were nuclear strikes ordered by Harry S. Truman, President of the United States, against the Empire of Japan. The attacks were carried out on August 6 and 9, 1945, respectively, which contributed, along with the Soviet-Japanese War, to the surrender of Japan and the end of World War II. On August 15, 1945, at 12 o'clock noon, the Empire of Japan surrendered to the Allies, ending the hostilities of World War II.